Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Yap of Exile podcast. I am your host, WhateverMedia, also known as the Rat Lord. And today, I am joined by some absolute HCSSF legends in the community. We have with me today, starting out, we have MrMatchi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. We have my homie, MajorAimless.
Yo.
And we are joined by the Twister King himself, Lepav.
What's up, brothers?
How are we doing, gentlemen? Welcome to the podcast. Appreciate you all hopping on here with me today. We are going to be diving into this conversation here, but first, we are going to start with a little bit of an icebreaker. If you are living under a rock in the HCSSF community, you will have not heard. So I'm going to tell you, the signups for Timmy's League THC4 have gone live today. So we are super pumped there. If you are watching live, you can do !THC to get all the details that you need for that. But my icebreaker for you, gentlemen, is if you're going to be playing in Timmy's League, what's your starter? Let's start with Pav. Pav, what build are you wanting to start?
Come on, guys. We all know the answer. We all know the answer. It's just the question is what class. And I think I'm going to do Abyssal Lich Twister just to see what a fresh start on Abyssal Lich feels like. So I think that's what I'm going with.
Okay. Nobody is surprised about the Twister, but Abyssal Lich is an interesting one. I think you can do some funky stuff with like the minion conversion stuff with that, right? Like proj speed.
Yep. It's all like base proj speed based, but I think where it's going to be kind of interesting is the precursor to that. I'm kind of not sure whether I want to do like plants or just go straight into Twister and then kind of convert. There's a lot of low life stuff that you can get damage from, so that's kind of a big part as well with Lich. So aside from Abyssal Lich, you can get a ton of damage from low life. So we'll see.
Nice. Sounds good. Machi, what about you, brother? You got any build ideas for THC?
Probably running back the wolf.
Is Wolfman. Ice Wolf. Are you doing the
Ice wolf, yeah.
Chrono Wolf?
No Chrono Wolf, bro. No.
S tier,
That's
S
never
tier
going to
ascendancy.
happen again. We'll see. I don't have not decided yet.
A little bird told me that you thought that Chronomancer was a really good ascendancy to start as a fresh new hardcore player. Is that right?
Sorry, come again? I was looking at chat what the pop was doing.
I was saying
Sneaky
that
things.
I've been told that you said that Chronomancer is a really strong fresh start character.
If you don't like the game and you want to suffer a little bit more, Chrono Wolf is definitely the way.
Nice. Sounds like there's nothing better for that in THC.
Better.
All right, Major, what about you, brother?
I don't know. I'm probably gonna keep it basic. I haven't played Gen this league. I know they got like a crazy power boost. They were already pretty strong, so I might just do a run with Gen. See how that goes. Nothing too insane.
Nice, dude. I'm normally the Pathfinder guy. I normally am starting and trying to be the #1 Pathfinder in Timmy's League. But man, let me tell you, I re-rolled and I've been playing that martial artist spin to win, and man, it is just really hard to like log into anything else. I'm like, but I can just spin, dude. I want Cyclone in the game so bad.
Build's so strong.
It's
so
really
strong.
relaxing to play too. Like for clear, it's just like you're kind of just relaxing, clearing maps, clearing bosses, and yeah, it's easy to scale. So
yeah, but I feel like
a fun build.
I feel like everybody's gonna do that, so I'm like, I'm still undecided. But I'm definitely leaning towards being a spinny boy for sure. But
yeah,
we'll
play
see.
while you can, because Nocturnal's gonna get gutted.
Yeah. Also, if you're playing it, I'm playing the monkey build. Play that while you can, boys.
Yeah, Sam.
0.055. Monkey's dead for sure. All right. Well, let's dive in to the main part of the conversation. we have a few different topics to kind of bounce around on, and then I'll kind of have somebody start us out, and we'll go from there. But the first question I have is, we are now, gosh, we're like a month and a half, just over a month and a half into 0.5. What is the biggest thing that changed for HCSSF when it comes to 0.5 in you guys' mind? Major, you probably have the most playtime out of all of us. Not to call you out, but I want to get your take first. You start us out?
Yeah, it's just easier. Yeah, player power is like crazy off the charts now. So you can just kind of go insane and just like AFK the game, I think. No. So I would say it's just overall, it's a lot easier. That's the biggest change.
Builds just
Pedal
seem
to the metal.
really strong. Yeah. Machi, what about you? What's the biggest thing that that's changed for you for HCSSF going into 0.5?
I got a couple. I think of course the mapping, having a goal. Like the quests, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I'm maybe in it for different reasons, right? But I think the quest is amazing. And like you can get specific upgrades, but it's really, really good in the campaign. Just running the campaign and getting the specific upgrades when you need, like maybe you need a specific, I don't know, you can get an exalt, roll that piece of gear that you have in your first run, makes it all, yeah, a lot better.
Yeah, currency acquisition and stuff like that definitely felt a lot better. Like I felt like I was able to slam my items and stuff
Yeah,
going through.
exactly. Yeah.
It was weird because by the time I got through everything, I felt like I had a good amount of currency for everything, except I was like, had no augments. My first round, I had to run another character through to be able to stockpile up some augments. I don't know if I'm alone in that. Maybe I was just like
Nah, same.
wasting them. But Pav, what about you, brother?
Yeah, I think the two things that come to mind is the number one is specific crafting. So the way that we can craft like projectile speed or projectile gloves or like certain helmets. So like just the amount of crafting and different stuff that you could do from crafting with the runes of like transferring all the resistances into one, and just that enables SSF so much. And then that gives us some top end chase to go for and things to chase. And then the second one is ritual, without a doubt. So like we have a easy way to go farm these uniques that before were really hard to go get, right? Or it was just random, right? It's just luck to get a Kadiros. Now you can farm ritual and you can almost guaranteed get it or know that you're going to get it eventually. So I think those two things for SSF and hardcore SSF are huge.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Being able to target farm the uniques. That's the first thing that I went straight for as soon as I landed in the end game. I did like 2 maps into the fortress and I was like, great. And then I went through Delirium and over into Ritual, not knowing that you can actually path through the fortress and then out the side of where the tower is, you can completely dodge Delirium going over to Ritual and get a bunch more Atlas points. It's actually way better to do it that way.
I didn't know you could go off the tower until like a week ago.
Yeah,
I literally
not
thought
clear.
it was like all enclosed.
Yeah, I did too, and so I
Doesn't
was like,
make
all right,
sense.
well, I got to go around. But it's good to know now. But yeah, I agree with that. I haven't gotten any super crazy uniques from Ritual personally. I think I've just had really bad RNG so far. What is like the craziest unique that you guys have found from Ritual? Have Major start with me.
I mean, I've gotten like all kinds of stuff I've never had before. I got 2 Last Laments, the crossbow. I've never seen one since I put it in. I got 2 just from Ritual. I've got like 4 face breakers from it. I got my Brutus Lead Sprinkler, 2 Queens of the Forest. Like it prints. It just prints. I haven't got my Mage Blood yet. That's kind of weird. I really thought I'd have 2 or 3 by now, but yeah, no, it's pretty impressive.
My client ain't working.
Yeah, no, it's not working. It's impressive though. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten like just crazy stuff. It's hard to pick like one. I have 2 Mjolnirs again, like just super rare stuff. So especially for HCSSF.
Yeah, Machi, what about you? Have you gotten any crazy uniques?
I barely remember my own name, but I did have today the wand that um it looked pretty crazy, but I don't really remember what it was, but I've never seen it before. It was like 50k to get. So that was like my first really big item that I can chase now, but nothing too insane. The Adonia
Oh,
wand,
Chet's saying
actually.
Adonia. Yeah, the
Oh,
charge
yeah.
wand.
That is a big deal. Yeah.
I
That's
got one of
Yeah,
those
we
for
can maybe
ritual
do
as
something
well.
with that.
Yeah,
Nice.
it just
Nice.
gives everything out.
50,000 though. Gonna take me a while.
Yeah, God. What about you, brother?
Honestly, it's been kind of slow. I think the best is like Kadiros or like some of the taming rings. So like those, I'm sure there's like other ones that I've gotten, but they're not like top end uniques. So I think I still have to explore a lot, and we've got a lot of the league, so I haven't been really pressed to keep go super hard because I'm just enjoying it and just kind of riding the wave. So
Yeah,
report back on that.
Yeah, that's the rarest stuff that I've gotten. I just yesterday was able to defer my third in the set that I needed for the taming rings. So I've got all 3 of the barracks rings now. Well, once I claim it. But finally got that. So that's exciting. The main thing that I've been hunting for Kadiros. Not seen it yet. Obviously, I'm hunting for like Mage Blood and stuff like that. Not seen them yet. I even took the node on the ritual tree that gives me a higher chance to get the specific rituals that give you more of something. Like I chose the belt one. That's the infested ritual or something like that. Nothing. I've only gotten garbage belts so far, but what are you going to do? My question is, we talked about things that we've really enjoyed here so far. What going into 0.5 to you guys sounded amazing on paper but hasn't landed in practice? And start with Pav.
Amazing in practice, but this is kind of a tough one. Because honestly, the league is really good. The only complaint I would have is just the amount of bugs and continuous bugs and lack of bugs. But
We can come back to you if you want.
yeah. Come back. Let me think about that. I don't have anything off the top of my head that I have to like really complain about, I guess.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, wait. I
go ahead.
do hit one.
You nailed
Okay,
it.
so the one is so the way that the nodes on the map on the atlas can like change, it can sometimes brick a certain node that you wanted, and it could be like kind of frustrating. Like if I was watching Everseen, and if you get like an immured fury, it can erase that immured fury, and it kind of like bricks what you were working towards. So I think that's something that I think they might want to rethink or redo, because it's just, I feel like it can kind of mess you up a little bit.
For sure. I think that I'll go next and then I'll let you guys go, give you a little bit more time to think. But the thing for me that I was super excited to dive into watching the reveal and then getting into the game. I might be a hot take. I do not enjoy the Grand Expeditions. I do not enjoy the exploring the ocean at all. I thought I was going to be big into it and that was going to be my thing and I was going to be sailing the high seas. I have had a bad time trying to explore there, even with my logbook drops were rough there in the beginning. I figured out how to get those pretty well, but the loot is good. Fighting the monsters in the league mechanic specifically is my least favorite way to interact with combat and Path of Exile at the moment.
Yeah, some of the modifiers can really stack up, and it could just be such a miserable time, and you just spend 30 minutes trying to clear expeditions, especially on a like lower end build. Yeah, that's definitely up there for sure.
Yeah, it's really fun when you get the respawning mob and he only takes damage when you kill his homies, but one of his homies is like 3 screens away to the north,
Yeah,
And you
Wrote it down
you
today.
can't find them, dude.
why
That's
are they
sick.
Wait, I got it, guys. I got it somewhere.
go for it? But why are they spawning these mobs like so many screens away? Can we like condense the spawn radius by like 100%, that would be great.
If you get Union of Souls, you can get the Elemental Resistance, the Reflect, you get the Revive and the Adaptation, and then the Transfer mod, and you're gonna have a good time.
And you have a 45-minute
That's the recipe.
expedition to get,
Oh yeah,
and you
super
used your
fun.
reroll thing on it, so you get like a greater augment, and it's great. It's perfect. Machi, what about you, dude? What hasn't landed super well?
I think like I had to think about it too long, so I didn't really want to go for anything. But I do agree with you that I was super hyped about the ocean as well, and I still have to like kill the spider. Maybe we'll get better. But I was hoping for more maps into the ocean, maybe different biomes. So maybe I was expecting a little bit too much. But overall, yeah, expedition is a little bit boring. Like, who wants to read in an action RPG and like place down explosives? I don't know. I don't think a lot of people really enjoy standing still in an action RPG, right? Because it's like a flow. So I think, yeah, expedition is still not really in an amazing spot. Hopefully, they keep on cooking with it.
Yeah, I think it's better, but I think that it still needs a lot of love. So hopefully they just keep working on it. And they've even gotten better from launch of 0.5 to now. I mean, they added the Atlas tree, they boosted the loot. Like it's made a lot of progress because
Yeah.
launch expedition was actually just bad in my opinion. But Major, what about you, dude?
That hasn't landed. Probably board. I haven't really messed with it a whole lot. Throw it on some gear for leveling. And then once it gets to the point that it takes away from, the god that is energy shield, then I don't use it anymore. Sometimes I'm forced to put on gear if I'm trying to get some interaction from a ward skill. I haven't really gone too hard with any of the ward skills yet, like where I've just kind of built around an entire ward skill. I haven't seen anything that's like super jumped out at me with it. And just, yeah, no, not overall, like, I don't know, just another health bar instead of increasing life to me.
Yeah.
The skills are, I like adding more skills, but, giving them their own pool, like, just, I don't know. 'Cause it seems extra without a whole lot of value.
Yeah, and it doesn't really. I've tried to use some of the skills. Like I tried to use the one for projectiles. This like it makes it like projectiles fall from the sky or something like that to kind of support you. It is not great. The only thing that I've seen really be good is putting uh, whichever one is the curse in blasphemy and running that. Like that's good, but then you're not using the skill. So it's not.
It's like what Grim Remnants with a totem, and then it doesn't even use ward, I think.
Yeah, or yeah, the Grim
something like that.
Pillars, yeah,
Grim Pillars, sorry.
which probably gonna get gutted as well, but we'll see.
I think for softcore, if you fully invest into ward, I've seen some cool builds, like someone going for low life, Infernalist, full ward, Wintality. He's like also a streamer, and he made something happen with it, but it's such an investment. It's going to be hard for us to invest so much and then make ward happen because you got to have like 4,000 or 5,000 ward to survive all the bullshit. And yeah,
not worth to me.
not worth. Yeah, maybe
it's
maybe
good.
they can tweak it a little bit.
Yeah, it's good during progression. I will say on my league start, because you're not losing anything until level 55. I was putting it on all of my gear. I was getting 300-400 extra hit points. I'll take the free life, but it does seem like a very roundabout way of not putting life on the tree, in my opinion. But what do I know? Not a game dev. But what I do know a lot about is talking a bit more about the actual defenses in Path of Exile 2, because I might not be able to solve the life problem. But what we can do is we can dive in and talk about the state of defenses overall. Jumping ahead a little bit, I want to start with Major on this one because he's done many archetypes of builds so far. I've been following along for a lot of them. where, if we say 0.1 is our starting point of like a 1 out of 10 on defenses, where do you think we are versus where we need to be on defensive layers, especially for like hardcore players like ourselves?
Yeah, I mean that's hard. Because right now I think we're definitely in a league where offense is probably the best defense. You can just scale it so high that you don't have to go that crazy with defenses. That being said, like if you take that out of it, ES is insane still. I got nerfed supposedly, but I think I'm seeing the ISDS numbers this league than I've ever seen. So I'm not sure where that nerf was. And then you still got life chilling at like 2, 3, 4K on a normal character. I think to me it's like, yeah, it's hard not to talk about the life issue because like I think a lot of defenses are in a pretty good spot. That you can build into them and you can make the character feel like tanky and it feels good. And then, like then it go back to life, but then you're playing something that, you have 2 or 3K HP, you've got T1 life on everything, and it gave you another 800. And you get one shot for 4K and deleted. And then, you could take basically you can take a character and just get like 20K ES, not really need armor or anything, just throw some, get your resist, and that guy can hit you for 10K and it's only gonna take half your life. So it's like there's definitely an imbalance there. Um, I think honestly, if life gets buffed, then everything probably feels pretty good. I don't think life needs to be ES honestly needs to be decreased the like crazy, crazy numbers so easily. Are a little much. It's very easy to just like invest a few points in ES and then come away with a few thousand HP from it. Versus you can invest like your entire build into life and come away with 1500, 2K. We went on Pee-wee 2 Ninja on trade just to look at like the extremes, and the highest ES build right now is like 115K, I think 114K ES. And I went by the top 100, and the number 100 guy was chilling at like 20K ES or something like that, or maybe a little more. And then I went to the life builds, and the number one life build, full investment. This guy's got everything on it, zero resist helm, like all of it, and he's sitting at I think 15K or 16K. So it's literally 10x, which is it seems a little crazy for me. I don't really care about like the top end of it. You can always invest crazy into something and get like really extreme. But the fact is like a basic character that if I'm new to the game and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make an armor based character that runs life, and then I'm just like, I'm gonna make it campaign's gonna be good. I'm gonna start scaling into T15s and like scaling into damage, and all of a sudden I'm getting one shot left and right because they just they have added damage and they just hit for too hard, right? Like, and there's no way that I can easily just scale my life. But if I remake that character as ES, then no problem. So like I said, I think overall defense is pretty good. It's just like the pool of life for a life based build kind of sucks. Everyone has to lean into ES. So
Yeah, I think it was Ostrix who this one specifically was doing something with Skin of the Loyal and had like 44,000 energy shield or something like that. I was like, dude, it's just nothing can you with 44,000 energy shield, you can tank Arbiter hallways if you have high enough regen rate, which is nuts. Like it should not be a thing. And it's also weird because I was thinking about it from a new player's perspective, which we will talk about a little bit more here in a little bit. But if I dropped a new player into the PoE2 screen to pick a character, and they have all this different picks, they have the warrior, they have druid, they have everybody there. If I was to say, which one do you think is the tankiest? You'd probably say the warrior or the druid or something like that. When the tankiest is actually the sorceress or the witch. The two, and whatever, but the two smallest characters are actually the ones that are the safest due to their defensive layers and their ascendancies and everything with Farashta and Lich. And then, I mean, I can play Smith of Katava and I can ting, ting, ting my weapon, and I can craft my body armor from a white base, or I can just
Don't forget you can cast on, or you can cast fire spells, which are really good.
Fire
Yeah,
spells
really
are
on
nice
really
melee
fire
good.
spells.
Really good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Highly recommend fire spells.
Absolutely. Yeah.
A lot of
So
good ones to choose from.
yeah, I think they need to look at that. I will say armor feels a lot better, in my opinion, than it has in prior leagues. This is the first time that I've dove really into it, but getting plenty of armor as Ellie, having, I forget which one it is. I think there's some runes that let you have armor for chaos res, or armor against chaos damage now, which is nice. That feels a lot better, but it doesn't compare, not even close. I have my character with a 95 deflect chance and 76% evade with high desire, and then like 2k energy shield, and I just don't die. So it's just
Well, the problem with the like armor applies to Ellie and all that, which is cool and it's good on paper and everything, is you just like, instead of giving that archetype an easy way to just be tanky as they should, because it's literally the archetype, you have to jump through a million hoops to get there. And it applies so much pressure on each piece of gear that you have, because you need to have T1 life. You probably need T1 strength. You might need T1 life regen because you might be using Blood Oath, because God, how are you going to scale mana with the life requirements that you have? You're going to need reses. You need armor applies to Ellie. Probably armor applies to Chaos. I over my slots right now, but you need all of it. And if your piece of gear doesn't have all of that on a life-based armor build, well, good luck.
or you can go CI. It's pretty good.
PI on a
What about
live
you?
build.
Well, you know what I mean.
That's a
You know what
Machi
I
build
mean.
right there. That's a
I
Machi
mean-
special.
No hit Sekima's run, but the
I
entire game.
honestly, I think people are kind of sleeping on armor energy shield. That's my favorite defense. Like having, you can tank hits with energy shield, but live builds, yeah, it's just like Major said. There's no place in that anymore. No one likes it. Sorry, Heidi.
It's
It's
Yeah, I
interesting.
mean,
Go ahead.
no,
no one will go
GG.
into it. It's just, especially now with all the one hits, that even more danger with all the league mechanics.
Yeah,
You need
GGG
to
is
have
just
energy
like
shield.
doing the tower shit, right? Where they're like, we're not gonna move towers, we're not gonna remove towers, and we like everyone sees that life is an issue, and they need to add it more on the tree, or just other ways like of converting like whether it's armor, whether it's ES to life, and we're just like circumnavigating that till eventually they're just like, okay, well, war doesn't work. All this, like Major said, the amount of gear pressure that we have like on suffixes to have to like feel like we can survive is just not enough, and then they're just gonna add some of that eventually. I think they're just afraid of that PoE1 effect of everyone plays life, right? And we all play, and then that's the only thing anyone plays. But what are we all playing anyways? ES. So
Oh, but
They
Yeah.
literally flipped it on
and
its
life.
head.
ES and life
There
aren't
is some
the same
hybrids.
thing.
no,
Uh,
ES is better, right? You get CI. So
yeah, it's interesting because
Isn't pure evasion even worse?
I don't understand that. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I've done mostly. I would say evasion is probably my primary defensive layer. For a lot of my characters, I would not do no energy shield, only evasion bases, and try to do like life and ward. That sounds scary. Like you have to have the hit pool, right? So even with maxed evasion, or as close to max as you can get, maxing evasion is nigh on impossible in SSF, but you can get it pretty high. Like I've been sitting at like I said, 76, 77%. And then you have max chance to deflect. I have it at deflecting like 50% of damage. Even then, there are times that if I don't have ES, I would just get one shot, even through all of those layers, because the hits are that big. Is every hit? No. But is it like 1 in 10 maps I'm walking through and my ES is down a little bit? So I'm just down to like kind of my life pool. And I have like 1600 life, at average for like a ranger character or something, and splat dead with one shot from a rare, because my deflect and my evasion didn't save me. So it's better. Deflect is really fucking good. It's really good. People are definitely sleeping on it in the high end. 95% deflect feels amazing, but you do need more with it.
Maybe, and Major is not gonna like it, but maybe we don't need life anymore because we have so many choices. We can just go whatever, and it's pretty good if as long as you go hybrid, right? Evasion energy shield, armor energy shield, pure energy shield. As long as you do
Anything energy
something with
shield.
energy shield,
Anything
you're
energy
good.
shield.
How do you feel?
Well, I want to say two
go
things.
ahead.
Hold up, real quick, before we go on it. First, I'm literally making a build right now based on Queen of the Forest, full evasion, max movement speed, and IPOB perfect gear, T1 life on everything, right? T1 life on it, can obviously not on my chest piece because I'm using Queen. T1 life on the helm, T1 life on my gloves, T1 life on my rings, T1 life on my belt, T1 life on my boots, right? And on POB, I still have, I think it's 2,600 life. Okay. Then I put an ES helm on for Subterfuge, spec'd up and got 10 nodes on the tree or 8 nodes, whatever it is in the Sork starting area. It's like 8 maybe. And I have 3,000 ES. So, yeah. Then secondly, I don't understand the whole life and energy shield are not the same. Energy shield is like armor. My counter to that would be, okay, so take a character with 1 life, give them 50,000 armor and fucking 10,000 energy shield, and tell me which one works. Like, they're not the same. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand why they say that. Like, I'm sure there's like, because of the way it's on gear or something, that there's reasoning behind what they're saying, but it just in a practical gameplay standpoint, to me it just doesn't make any sense at all. And I just don't understand what like the reasoning there is.
Yeah, also for new players, if you go, you're gonna intuitively go for life, or however you say that word, and especially going from other action RPGs into Path of Exiles 2, you're gonna make a huge mistake because you're gonna not have a good time. You
Yeah.
gotta go for something else.
Yeah, it's interesting. So there are a couple of things I want to touch on with that because I talked about the new player stuff a little bit on one of the last pods that I did. I talked about it, I think, with Arrow. And one of the points that I thought was interesting is they said that it's one of the reasons they don't want to put life on the tree in Path of Exile 2 is they don't want it to feel noob trappy, where if you don't know to take life on the tree, then you just die. Which, okay, I see the sentiment. And then I see the sentiment as well of them saying, well, if you're dying a lot, we don't want the solution to be, I need to level up 7 times so I can get over here to this life cluster or whatever so I can get more life and then I'll be good. They want to have it on gear. That sounds great in theory, except to me, it is the same noob trap to play anything that is not energy shield, or at least an energy shield hybrid for that reason. So the argument doesn't even make sense. And the nodes that you can get for energy shield and Path of Exile 2 are way crazier than the life nodes in Path of Exile 1 by far. And the other point that I think is interesting is, I don't know about you guys, every RPG I've ever played, the first thing I do when I make a new character, if I am fighting that wolf in the woods and it's kicking my ass a little bit, I go, my character needs more life.
Life for Constitution, right?
It's the first thing. So
Been
what am I
saying
gonna
it
do?
forever.
I don't have the normal, like, oh, you leveled up. Do you want to put it in stamina, life, or mana like you would in one of the other RPGs? But when you level up, you go into the skill tree, the first thing I would do is go, if there's a search bar, I need more life. Life. Am I crazy for playing that way?
Yeah, you're not gonna search for energy shield because in the beginning it's like you
Or
don't need, you
armor.
barely even have it, or armor.
Yeah, any type of
Yeah,
defense,
armor
you're
maybe, but
initially searching life. Like life is
yeah.
I need a
that's
bigger
your
hit
defense.
pool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a bigger hit pool. So it feels very weird to me that that is the hill that they're wanting to die on. There are, like, armor's really good in the campaign, and evasion and stuff, like, they scale really high in the early game. You need like an evasion chess piece and you have like 40% evasion in Act 1. That great. But it doesn't matter if the one hit that hits me still flattens me because I didn't put on the ES chest piece that gave me an extra 300 life. So that's the biggest issue for me, and for new players who especially want to dive into HCSSF. I would love to do armor builds and things like that. I cannot play a character that does not have at least a tiny bit of energy shield for that threshold.
Maybe they can just give a warning in the passive tree. Don't go for life. Anything else, good luck.
It's weird. I don't want to rant on that one too long, but it feels crazy to me. But anybody else have anything on defenses before we move on?
Add life to the tree. Let's go.
Add life to the tree.
1.0.
GGG. You heard it here from us. Our opinions are the only ones that matter, so just go ahead and do it. Streamer luck, streamer client, add life specifically to the streamer client. Don't add it to the regular one though. Just give it to us. That would be great. Speaking of life, we're gonna lighten things up a little bit. It's a little hot takey, and that's okay. That's what we're here for. But lighten it up. We're all hardcore players. That's what we enjoy. Eventually, we're gonna die. We're gonna lose characters. Talk to me about your dumbest or most memorable hardcore death.
I mean, I could start this one. This was this league for me. So I died mana flask. I basically killed myself with a mana flask because I went CI and I forgot to take the I didn't realize, like, I know heavy buffer is a thing, so like I know to check for heavy buffer, but I totally forgot to check for life takes from, or mana takes like extra from life. And literally I switch to CI, start doing a castaway. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get so much gold. This is amazing. The first time I click it, just dead instantly. I'm like, I knew what happened. I'm like, fuck. So yeah, that's easily the dumbest death I've had. And that was like on, I don't know, it was like a high level 88 or something, 89 Varashta. So
that's tough. But I've heard a lot of people have that, specifically, like you said, heavy buffer was like big one. But yeah, the flask, I can see that getting a lot of people, because to me, the moment that I roll that mod on either flask, I throw the flask away. I'm not interested in ever using it. The only build you can use that on realistically is Lich if you have eternal life, because the removing from life doesn't count against you, so you just have a really giga mana flask if you do that one. But that's the only way to do it.
And guess what I did with all my flasks? I went into my flask inventory, and every single one that had that got quick sold. So that will never happen again.
The lessons we got to learn. We're doing it for the people. Machi, what about you, brother?
Most I think the most iconic is the one that with the mermaid that I zoomed in the second phase, and the bubble was right behind her. I mean, we did have a good view.
Where are you zooming in?
Drowned.
Just zooming in to see your character better? Or?
No, just doing some chat service. I had no interest whatsoever.
That's what they all say. And then he
drowned.
And then he drowned.
We drowned.
Oh man, that one, I've watched that.
That was pretty bad. Yeah,
I go back and watch that clip pretty often. I'm not gonna lie. So if you see it randomly like ticking up by like one view, know that I do like to go back and watch that one.
To date, the best death in hardcore SSF to date.
I don't know, Major. You got any that top it?
No. All I can think of is like, I mean, my pre-roll doesn't work out. I did think about I did similar to the POV, not quite, but my own version in like 02 maybe, I think, where I made, and I'm still PTSD because I've actually never made another demon mommy since, now that I think about it. But I made a demon mommy for the first time, and I ascended, and I was standing in the ascension trial in front of Valbala, and I went in a demon mommy form, and I was just casting because I was like trying to look at the animations and stuff. You know, I'm a nerd. I was like, oh, animations are cool, and I was just casting and spinning, and my health was just going down. You know, which is fine because it won't kill you. But then I forgot that I had Crown of Thorns on, which takes 5 life per cast. So when I got to 1 and I casted, I no longer had a demon mommy. That one was rough.
07 Demon
It was
Mommy.
rough. Yeah.
We'll miss you.
07. Yeah, it was my version of heavy buffer mana flask.
Yeah,
Didn't feel good.
That's a tough one for sure. I could see myself doing that too, because I go around. I love when I get a new ability, like just casting and just because I'll go and cast like crazy because I'm like, is this gonna be? I need to see what it's going to look like. Am I going to be able to see what's going on? Type of things. I do the same with like MTX. If I go to look at it, I'm like, am I going to be even able to fucking see if I put the skill thing on? And yeah, I could definitely see myself getting killed from that. I think
it took me like 2 minutes to figure out what I died to. I was just there in disbelief. Like I couldn't figure it out. And then I realized the helm.
I think for me, the dumbest one, I have 2 possible ones. One is a sound redeem in this channel, in which I'm running in on, I forget which map it is, but it's one of the monkey maps. And I'm running in there on one of my poison builds. And I'm like, this seems like a bad idea. And immediately the slam happens. And I accidentally hit my space bar as I was going to move my hand, and it causes me to roll into the slam. That was pretty rough. One-shotted because I didn't have enough energy shield.
Accidentally hit my space bar.
No,
Nice.
I wish that I had one of those like cameras aimed at my keyboard to show what happened, but it was dumb. I think my other one was I was doing my gold found run last league, and I had taken my character. I'd gotten all the way to Viper, and I died to Viper because I wasn't paying enough attention, and I went to go scratch my nose while I was entering the spear phase, and I didn't have my hand on the keyboard, and I died. So
you know, in PvT,
sounds pretty saucy.
It was so like I was good. She was starting to float up to do her thing, and I was like, okay, great. And I went like this, dead. I thought I had more time, and I was reading chat, and I just wasn't paying attention. So that one felt pretty bad, especially making it that far in a challenge run to die to an itchy nose. That feels pretty rough. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And that's why you don't get hit. Just don't get hit, and you won't die, boys. It's the easiest way. Well, we will move past the deaths part. But speaking of that, kind of going off of it, boys, what boss still scares you? What boss fight still haunts your dreams to this day that every time you go into it, you're like, oh, I feel it, like you're clenching.
I'm already clinching.
You're clenching just thinking about it. And it's probably in the campaign because, you know, when you get to maps, you're like, all right, or whatever. What boss scares you to this day, boys?
I mean, I guess I'll go campaign and then end game. So campaign, probably Benedictus. I think Benedictus, and like just he's kind of unpredictable, and then the fact that he can still do his move after you kill him, which I died to in 0.3, and I was like pretty far in the campaign, and yeah, that one was terrible. Or is it, when did they add Act 4? Was it 3 or 0.3? Yeah, so that's when I died, and then end game is probably Arby, just because of the one shots. It does not matter how much damage you have. You just need to know the mechanics and just not get caught pre-rolling. I don't know.
Don't pre-roll, boys. It's too dangerous. What about you, Mach?
Yeah, Benedict has for sure. He is. He has this one move. He killed 6 characters of mine, and that's the stones coming out from the ground. You can't see it because there's lightning everywhere. It's the most ridiculous move in the game. you have to look at the ground. Maybe next time I was telling chat, I'm gonna zoom in all the way to the ground so that I see the little holes of the stone coming up. But now I found that you can also stand behind him, so
Just pretend
maybe
there's some boobas on the ground, and then you'll
Just
be
zoom
able
in
to
on
see
it.
him.
maybe that will be then the zoom in definitely happens. But
It'll
yeah,
probably
Ben
The 6
has
deaths, he
100%.
finally realized there's a mechanic.
they'll probably dynamic cull those so you can't even see them, and then you'll just get killed. So fine. Major, what about you, dude?
I would say 2. Yama, because he's still bugged. He will still do both of his one-shot moves at the exact same time, which is crazy to me. He's been like that since he was added. But basically, he'll do his pillar move where the monkeys jump off the pillar and you need to run around. And he'll do that at the exact same time that he does the teleport you to the middle, and then you have to stand still in a circle. They just don't go really well together. So that'd be a big one for me. I literally don't fight him. I skip him in campaign, finish the campaign, go back 20 levels over, hit him in 2 shots and kill him. And then I don't do sinkholes. If I have to do a sinkhole, I'll put a T1 in. Because I'm not going to die to a buggy mechanic that just hasn't been fixed in, a year. And then past that, probably Tavakai. Because his arena is just utter crazy chaos. Like, obviously, once you're in game, or if you
Did
have a
they
crazy
buff him,
build, you have
guys?
to
Did they buff
well,
him?
it's not the thing with Tavakai. It's not like he's like crazy hard or anything, but his arena is just like ridiculous. There's like, bro, you have red pyramids coming out of the ground, and if they're standing still, you need to run by them to explode them. You have other red pyramids, and if they're leaning, that means he's going to explode them. He's going to make the whole thing do green grass. So if you have to stand in the middle, do damage. If you stand out in the green grass, you won't do damage. Then he's also going to call in a sun that drops from the sky and a volcano from the ground. Don't forget the space dragons, bro. He's got 2 space dragons, dude. They're going to come down too, and they're going to put holes on the screen. He's an ice beam. He's going to have ice beams coming out. I don't know how he has volcanoes and ice, and space dragons, but he's like a jack of all trades, I guess. Anyway, that one's a little hectic.
Yeah. Tavakai's the last airbender, didn't you know? He's got all power.
That one's a little hectic.
He's got all elements.
Got all the elements.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's crazy. So I went through recently. I can't remember what character I was playing on, but I just didn't have as much like damage as I would normally have on a better character. And I was still seeing new moves and mechanics from Tavakai that I had never seen before. And I'm like, I've fought Tavakai probably 400 times. And I have never seen this fucking space dragon attack. Okay. Like, I don't know where this is coming from. Tavakai is definitely one of them up there for me. The one that I usually never have issues with, but I have like, how you've seen other people die to something and you're just like, I know it's going to happen to me. I know it's going to get me at some point. That's how I feel about that fucking twin boss on the 2nd floor of Trial of Secamus. I want to kill that boss kill them both as fast as possible. And I don't care if I killed them in 0.1 seconds. I sprint my happy ass back up those stairs instantly. I am not staying in that boss room. I've watched way too many of my friends have their hardcore runs ended by those stupid icicles, dude. It's crazy. But I'm like, 07 to Blaze, but I shouldn't be spooked to go in there. But every single time, I could feel my heart rate going up walking in there, even though I know I'm about to like one-shot these guys, because I'm like, what if they just...
They do it after they're dead, so that's the problem. And then you need to like leg it right away. It's crazy.
It's so sus.
Speaking of after dead, the volatiles still they made it to where volatile. Sorry, you said after dead and it just triggered me. But the volatile orbs, like they made it a year ago, to where when you kill the monster that spawns the volatile goes away. But it's still bugged that if that mob is frozen and you kill him, the volatiles do not go away. And now they've increased the speed on the volatiles too, so they're like super fast. Which I get it. They probably nerfed them too much. They weren't killing enough people instead of like 75% of the population like they were. But yeah, the after death stuff is a little crazy.
Yeah, the thing is though, Major, it's really interesting. You've called out Yama and you've called out the volatiles. What it sounds like is you just need to run CI characters and stop running life. That sounds like it's the main issue because
True,
you won't
true.
take any damage. It'll be fine.
Or it could not be bugs.
No. No. It just take the.
Actually, I
the
wonder if the
keystone.
Yama thing is like it's like a chill thing or something, like, you know, where like a plants thing, like with Arbiter, where we figured out that his skills
is.
will like change timing and stuff. I
It
wonder if
is.
that's why Yama's overlapping.
Yeah, I did it with on softcore. I was testing with my ice shot stuff, and yeah, it would bug out when I would freeze him. So it's the same thing. Just guys, just don't use ice. Don't use life. Just play.
Hazards
Don't
also
use
bug him
hazards.
out.
Yeah, just play lightning ES builds for the rest of your lives, and everything's good because lightning gives you an inherent shock too. So it's just more damage.
Shout out to the slowed mammoth that will one-shot you.
That's another one. Since I watched that happen to
Just
you,
plans.
I'm so spooked by the
Yes.
mammoth boss.
He's terrifying. Yeah, he will kill like 20k. He doesn't care. Does not care.
Chill is kind of like a fucked mechanic for you to have because there's a lot of bosses where it throws the timing off. Like if you do chilled with Arbiter, like it slows down a lot of his moves and it kind of throws off the timing. So it's kind of interesting how that mechanic works. It's almost like a negative to have chill applied to some bosses.
Oh, it is.
But
It's definitely.
I watched someone slow Arbiter last league so much that he literally dropped all 8 of his balls in the exact same spot. He couldn't even move. He literally just dropped all 8 right on top of each other.
Perfect. Yeah, what an interesting thing for Machi specifically. You can also bug out Benedictus if you freeze and chill him too much, and it can make his walls preemptively pop. So that's another good one.
Nice. Love him.
So good. Such good design here, boys. And to be clear, I know we're shitting on things a little bit for those watching. We're shitting on it because we love this game and we have thousands of hours in this game. And so we see those little things, and those are the big things for us because we spend so much time diving into it. So GGG said that they want this feedback, so I'll give it to him. Give me life. Give me life on the tree.
I mean, we wouldn't play the game for, I mean, I'm 4,000 hours now. Not because I hate the game. It's because I absolutely love it to death. I think it's fucking amazing. But it, you know, when you love something, it's, you know, the closer you are to it, the, you know, the more you feel about it, right? So it's like, yeah, I make it expressive, or like, you know, I'll get mad about bugs or something, but not because I hate the game. It's because I love it so much that, like, I just wanted to see the best version of it possible, you know? And
I wouldn't say it's hate. Like I think hate is kind of like a different word. I think it's just like constructive criticism. Like we're just trying to find ways to improve the game. And like you said, we play so much that we just have enough where these, like, you know, 1% moments, 2% moments happen for us, and we kind of find these bugs and these kind of unintended mechanics, and we just I think it's good.
well,
that
it's kind
we
of the
mention
point
these things.
too, right? It's like the point, because unless they hired 1 million people, how are they ever going to like bug squash everything? The game's too big and too expansive and too complicated. Like you can't. The only way is like people like us, the no lifing, until we find these weird ass bugs and we cry about it and they fix it. Like this is the way, boys. This is the way.
100%.
I just would really like them to fix more bugs and not hot fix the cool bugs like all of my league starters that I try to do, and then they block them. I feel like I'm Jung Roan right now because a bunch of my league starters just get nuked. And I'm like, I didn't know that was a bugged interaction. Why is your game so fucking buggy? Fix your game, GGG. And then I'm like, well, I'm going to play it for another 3,000 hours, so that's fine.
So that was me when Twisters came out, and they were super OP day one. So I made a Twister build, and then I went to sleep, and they nerfed it, and then I got up the next day, and it wasn't doing well, and I think I like missed the patch notes or something, and then like no, everyone jumped off of Twisters but me, and then I was just sitting there struggle busting, and I couldn't figure out why. I was like, dude, I watched people were killing it with Twisters yesterday. What happened, dude? I'm just bad at the game or something.
The same exact thing happened to me in 0.2 because I league started like blood and poison natos. Like I combined them and I was doing twisters. And I was like, people are talking about how hard 0.2 is so far. Is like literally first 24 hours. I'm like, I'm fucking ripping through the campaign. I don't know what people are talking about. And then the next day, I was in Act 3 and I was like, why does everything feel like shit? Why does everything feel so bad? I was like, oh, my damage got nerfed by 75%. That is why. Because once again, bugged interaction by accident. So what are you gonna do? Talking about going from bosses that scare us to kind of a hybrid of our past couple conversations. Endgame, crazy reworks, got super good league mechanics. I've had a great time with those. We have received new Pinnacle bosses for multiple league mechanics. How do you guys feel about the new Pinnacle boss fights and progression towards them, specifically from our HCSSF lens?
I love everything right now. I'll start. I think the in-game is amazing. I'm gonna start with that. Especially like last league, I would just like autopilot maps, and just because like there wasn't anything I really wanted to do, I just burned through my maps. And I didn't want to do temple. And then like this league, I'm squirrel braining all over the place because I want to do everything at the same time. So the in-game itself, love it, absolutely love it. Like one of the things I was asking for so long was just them to go back and revamp the old mechanics, because like the newer ones just felt so much better. Especially Abyss. Like Abyss, I think is probably the best mechanic they've introduced in a PoE2, but just standalone by itself. But yeah, the remake on the mechanics is insanely good, and just feels so much better to play. I haven't gone super crazy with farming bosses, but there's definitely a lot more steps to get to the bosses. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, so to speak. I haven't sat down. I need to sit down and just like do a week of boss farming, to be honest, where I'm just pumping Simulacrum and King of the Mist and everything, and just going through, because there's just there's a lot more steps like to get to the actual bosses than there were before. As far as the boss fights themselves, I think they're all pretty good. Bodak was a little rough on my first fought on Bodak. I was running Bodak Horseman. I was running Twisters, and that was kind of rough because I didn't know that he just had an infinite arena. And once I launched my Twisters into the darkness, I would never see them again. So, and I had Salvo equipped, so that was like a 20-minute fight. But I learned the mechanics really well, and I think overall, yeah, I think honestly, dude, I feel like the league is like an 11 out of 10, and then I think about shaders, and it's like a 8 out of 10. But it's like it's just right there, And so, yeah, I think they did a great job with everything.
I think the biggest boss is Infinite Shaders for sure for most players.
For me, it is.
Yeah.
For me, it is. I'm gonna struggle.
What about you when it comes to bosses end game for the Pinnacles?
I mean, the end game is like it's like so good, man. There's just so much. It feels like a full game now, where before it was just like this endless mapping, and you're just kind of like mapping for random gear and just hoping for a drop in here. And now it's just everything. The quest line, like Machi mentioned, the quests feel completed, right? There's a direction with each thing. The initial start path, and then how you have the different mechanics to kind of guide you into each mechanic and let you know how to kind of play it. So for new players, it's really good. And then there's a extra layers to each mechanic. So when you're grinding that super end game, there's you have that. The Divinity Arbiter is good. Yeah, the boss fights are just amazing. I can't remember which boss it was. I think it was the Delirium boss. But it's when you kill him, there's almost like this effect that happens where like it shatters. That scared the shit out of me. I thought I was dead after that. And I'm like, oh my God, I missed a mechanic. So stuff like that is just really, really good. And they did a great job with that. And yeah, just everything feels like completed from a build diversity aspect as well. So like there's a lot that enables other builds from a crafting aspect. They've just expanded so much. And just everything feels like, yeah, it feels like they're going in the absolute right direction. So just there's nothing. Yeah, just like Major said, 11 out of 10 league, 8 out of 10 performance issues. So if it wasn't for performance issues, there's undoubtedly 10 out of 10 perfect league. So
Yeah, I think
that's that's all I could say.
yeah, I think they really nailed the cinematic moments. Like you said, the cutscene that plays when you fight Arbiter of Divinity, amazing. Do I wish I could probably not see it every time? Yeah, a little bit. But I really enjoy that. When you first go down to fight the Vodak and you're walking through the darkness and he just like slams right in front of you, scared the shit out of me for
That
sure.
jump scared me.
10 out of 10 jump scare. Really enjoyed that. And then you also have the moment that one caught me because honestly, I think the first Pinnacle I fought was Tangmazu for Delirium. And when you beat him and he's like, "Ah, you little rat," and he smacks you out of the tree and it shatters. And my mind, like GGG, cooked with the cinematics on this stuff. They really crushed it. I found that the bosses were good. I really enjoy fighting them. I am a little disappointed specifically by one, and it's the Arbiter of Divinity. I don't know if it's a hot take. I went into that and I was getting that Arbiter of Ash feeling where I was like, okay, boys, here we go. I kicked his ass, dude. I crushed him first try, and I was like, well, I didn't expect that. I could see it going different if you didn't go pick up the orbs because it doesn't tell you to, but they literally make you invulnerable and you can kill his little reflections and stuff. But I didn't even know what that did. I just saw them spawning in and I went, I should probably grab that. And I ran over to it and stood on it because it reminded me a lot from PoE1 of, what is it? Gosh, not Searing Exarch, Eater of Worlds. When you have to stand in the balls if you've played PoE1
Oh yeah.
Pinnacles. If you've not, that won't make any sense to you, so I apologize. But it reminded me of
No,
that, so I was like, okay.
I was thinking, I wonder if because the reason he's not hard is because, I mean, let's be honest, there's no one shots and we have dodge roll, which is counter one shot, right? And like that's what makes Arbiter of Ash hard, because he has one shots and mechanics that you have to know precisely. But I was thinking, I was like, I wonder if the reason they didn't do that is because you have to kill Arbiter Ash once, right, to unlock your rare tablets, and you have to kill Divinity once to get your 4 mods. But to get all of your Atlas points, you have to kill Divinity repeatedly, like over and over. Or you do all 300 Atlas nodes in the fortress, which means you're just like stuck in there forever, not doing the content you want to do. So I imagine that they want people to kill him multiple times to get those points. So I wonder if that's why he's easier than Ash.
Yeah, it's weird to me thinking through all of the boss fights and all the things going into it. Arbiter of Ash is still the one that I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't want to. And the fact that
I just don't fight him.
Well, the fact that
You got
yeah,
100 Atlas points now without fighting him.
but you do need to after a while.
Eventually, sure.
Because it's just the rare tablets and stuff. And I love that they put stuff behind it. So it's not, because in previous leagues, especially in hardcore, we get to the end game and we're like, Arbiter of Ash, fuck that guy. Like, there's no way I'm going to do that. What am I going to do? Try to kill him so I can get a chess piece? Nah, I'm good. I'll just ignore him. I'll try and get the scepter that has never dropped for me once in 2,200 hours. Never dropped for me once. But I don't want to do that. Now the tablets are hidden behind him. So I was like, okay, got to kill him once. And that's fine. But even this boss fight has been in the game since the very beginning. And in our most recent patch, we had a bug fix that was like, fixed a bug where sometimes Arbiter of Ash's mechanics were just fucking invisible if you were too far away from them. What? How are we still having to iterate on this boss fight that one-shots your character? It feels very bad to me. And I just really, that boss fight needs a complete rework in my opinion. But
You know, honestly, having fought him a lot on hardcore, I think he's pretty dialed in right now. To me anyway. I think the only thing I don't like about the Arbiter of Ash fight currently is he can sometimes drop his orbs off screen. And
Yeah,
so
that's the biggest
unless you
one.
see every place that he falls out of the sky when he's doing it rapidly to hit all 8, unless you like see every place and you know exactly which direction you need to run, if he does the ball off screen, it's really hard to recover from, and you pretty much have to sprint to get there. So you have to know the direction. I think other than that though, like, and yeah, the bug you're talking about, clearly, like any bugs, like I'm a big like squash the bugs guy, but um I think other than that, the fight itself like feels pretty good. Like the hallways, they've turned them, because the hallways used to be crazy fast, and sometimes they would appear literally in a place that you couldn't even get to them. Like it was physically impossible to get to from one hallway to the other. This was pre-sprinting, but they fixed that. They made the hallways segment, it's longer. There's more time to get there. Um, you have to have, I think they even like the in and out phase with the balls in the second phase. I think they even made the timing on that easier. Maybe last league or this league, it might have been. So
mid-loop
as
patch.
someone that fights, as someone that fights him pretty regularly, and dies to him just as regularly, I honestly, I really feel like he's pretty well dialed in right now. The only thing I want to see is him not be able to do the balls off screen. And I think once he's got that, to me, I think he's pretty much good. He's good to go. I don't mind one shots if they're telegraphed and I can, avoid them by doing the mechanics. I just died to him 2 days ago, but it was because I was stupid and I didn't do the mechanics. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm mad at myself for it, but I'm okay with that gameplay loop.
Yeah, I don't
I mean,
want
this is why we play hardcore SSF as well. We do
Exactly.
like those tense moments, and
Mhm.
and I couldn't agree more. Just don't put it out of my vision, I died the same way with
Yeah.
Arbiter. It is silly.
you think
Yeah, and I
go ahead.
just want to add something to that Arbiter. First, the Arbiter fight, I agree, is like really good. It feels like that perfect amount of pressure. You go in and there's so much on the line, but you feel really rewarded when you do complete it because it's not just about damage, it's about like interacting with each mechanic. And then the second thing I have to add, which I want them to kind of patch, is you can get stuck in between phase 1 and 2. Not stuck, but like essentially he'll do a phase 1 ball move. And then if you get him like below half, he starts phasing and can do phase 2 moves while you're still doing the ball mechanic. So like I think they should clean that up because it creates too much chaos in it, and it should really be like one mechanic that you're focusing on and him doing one thing. So I think that's my other complaint with the ball spawning off screen. So you don't have to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit, it's off screen. I got a log. So it's
Yeah,
that's
He
the
has
only thing I
another
would add.
move, what is RNG, where you have the phases with the balls, and he does the small how do you call it? Like the line move, the
hmm
beam.
hmm
And you could be unlucky where you have to roll through the beam to get to the other circle, and then if you're not having enough EHP, you die there. So I don't like that either. I think his first phase is way more rippy than his second phase.
I agree. I
Like this
definitely.
happened to me while I practiced him a couple of times, and I think it killed me 2, 3 times just because I was unlucky that I had to go through the beam to make it to the other circle.
Yeah, I definitely
Circle balls, ball
want
circle.
to. Yeah, circle ball circle. I definitely want them to. Or I definitely want to rush to phase 2 when it comes to Arbiter. And overall, I say it. I know I said it needs a complete rework. I've spent thousands of hours braiding in games like Destiny and stuff like that. I'm all good with stand in the circle mechanics so you don't die. Like that's fine for gameplay loop for me. It is just it just is. It felt really jank, and I feel like the placement of Arbiter feels odd to me. I feel almost if Arbiter's mechanics were tightened up a little bit, I would almost want Divinity and Ash to flip places. I definitely feel more stressed fighting Ash than Divinity or any other boss in the game. I don't think that Arbiter of Ash should be realistically based on if you're following just the quest line, the first Pinnacle boss that you fight in the end game. That feels weird progression wise to me, but I might be alone in that kind of thing.
Well, I think my take on this, and I'm not like trying to say like I disagree with you, but like I guess I disagree. Like my take, I guess, is like back to where I said before, where you have to kill. They want you to kill Divinity multiple times, to unlock your Atlas, basically, right? And like I like that. I think I don't know. I guess in my brain, I don't hate the loop of like, okay, Arbiter of Divinity, I want to kill him multiple times so I can get all my Atlas points, and he may drop some cool loot. And then like Ash, to me, if Ash has like the top tier loot, like he's got better loot than Divinity, right? And he's more of like it's almost like it's like a challenge fight. Like, okay, I don't have to go fight Arbiter again of Ash, but I'm gonna keep fighting him because he's got that really good loot. And yeah, it's more dangerous and all that, but like the payoff is there. I understand what you're saying with like him being, you're kind of thrown into him and you have to fight him to unlock Divinity. But I guess I don't necessarily think that's like a bad thing, because at the end of the day, I mean, right now everything's so easy with damage, but in a perfect world, I want PoE 2 to be a game where like you do have to do some mechanics and know a few boss fight moves to like beat a boss, right? Like I think that's I don't want an Elden Ring, but like yeah, having to do the lines and stand in the balls as they drop and shit, like that's fine. Like I think that's cool, and I like that in my game. I don't want to negate that by just damaging everything to 0, but that's kind of where we're at right now. But yeah, I don't know. I think overall I kind of like the idea of like the boss that's not the last boss, the Uber Pinnacle or whatever, actually being like there's this other boss that's actually before him that you don't really have to fight that much, but he's harder and he has cooler loot. Like I don't know. I guess conceptually I like that idea.
Yeah, I think it's fair, especially if you, which obviously that's not where we're at right now, but if you're a soft core player, like you can just fight him as many times as you want until you beat him, and so you can learn the mechanics and all this stuff. I think where it feels really bad is your fresh start on hardcore and your character doesn't have the damage yet. You are walled from really the end game. You are in mid game when you are getting ready to fight Arbiter, when you're in maps. So when you're on that fresh start, it's like, man, there's a good chance that he's going to kick my ass. And again, we live for those tense moments. That's why we play hardcore. But I don't know. I think that there are positives and negatives. Overall, they're probably going to leave it exactly where it is, and that just is what it is, and it's probably fine. But I just like to bitch about it a little bit. But Machi, we've not given you the chance to talk about specifically how you feel about Pinnacles. I went on a tirade about Arbiter of Ash, so.
I suppose Breach Boss counts as well, right?
Mhm.
Like Cest and all that. And I was blown away by it, honestly. I thought it was the coolest quest in like, it's definitely a top 10er for me in any game. Like how Aelid the jumps off the cliff. I was like the voice acting, the moment you get snapped out of existence, like Thanos. It was amazing. I was nerding out so hard. It was my favorite thing so far in the game. I really love it. It was absolutely gorgeous. Yeah,
Absolute
big
cinema.
nerd.
No, it's great. And it's also, I wish that you had also had because I know you don't play PoE1, and that's totally fine. I just wish that you had like the
I
background
did
of,
play it.
oh, did you play the Breach League, the 3.27, or
No,
did
no,
you
I
play
played
way
100
early?
hours at when it came out.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, because they did a lot of that stuff was from PoE1, so like going back to the like Keeper's base and seeing everything like changed around a little bit. It's like, oh, I was here for the first part of this quest, kind of thing. And so it's really good in that way. But
Yeah, I did the breach thingy a little bit because I wanted to check it with the tree and all that. But yeah, the lore in PoE is just amazing. I did look up all the lore for PoE1 as well. I'm nerding hard about it. It's all also very philosophical. It's amazing. There's also this channel of YouTube, I think it's don't know, Cat or something. She
Kit Kat Noodle.
narrates like this. It could be, yeah. She narrates like the whole story, at least a perspective of it, because no one knows really what the hell's going on,
Yeah.
and it's incredible,
So interesting
absolutely
thing
incredible.
for that, if for people who don't know, and including Machi, Kitten Cat Noodle is the channel that you're talking about. She, as of like I think like 4 months ago or something like that, she works for GGG as a lead story like writer. So
Oh, really? That's cool.
yeah, so they
That's
hired her
nice.
on. Yeah, so there you go. Some of this cool story stuff that you're seeing is probably because of her. So there you go. We are getting towards the end of the pod, boys. Time has flown. Thank you guys for yapping with me. We got a little bit more to go, but we're going to kind of wind down here. If somebody wanted to start hardcore SSF today, fresh start, what is one piece of advice that you would give them?
Just play like a roguelike. You're gonna die. We all die. I have 4,000 hours in this game. I still die. And just be bad at it. But if you play like a roguelike, your stash, when you die in HCSSF, some people don't even know this, but your stash doesn't go anywhere. You keep your stash, right? You just lose your character. You lose everything on your character, anything in your character's inventory. But if you play like a roguelike and realize I'm gonna get X amount of far, I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna come back more powerful, right? I'm gonna be able to breeze through that. What I did before, I'm gonna blast through that because I already know it and I'm stronger. I'm gonna hit some new stuff and blast as hard as I can through that. Probably die again. Do the same thing. That's really helpful. And also in that same vein, if you find a build that you like when you do that, that way when you die, you're like, well, I'm just gonna run it back. I don't care. This build's amazing. Then you'll have the hand-me-down gear from your last character. As you get upgrades, you'll have hand-me-down gear in your stash, as long as you save it, of course. So you can throw that on. You don't have to make any gear, which obviously makes it easier, but it also gives you twofold. It gives you the currency that you would have used making that gear. You get to keep it. And so then when you get, past where you have the hand-me-downs, now you have to make new gear, obviously, but you have a stockpile currency from it. So yeah, just, think of it like a roguelike a little bit and just like, punch it as hard as you can and then just run it back. Keep running it back, and eventually you're going to make it, to Pinnacles and everything.
Yeah. What about you, Mach?
I do feel it depends also if you're starting hardcore SF or you already played softcore. I think what do you want out of the game, and just enjoy it. just play it and enjoy the moment of playing it. Don't think about I need to reach maps, I need to fight this boss, I need to get that gear. Enjoy like the mechanics of the game. The bosses have amazing mechanics. Even a single white mob has amazing mechanics. Zoom in on it. Look what happens. Like the details in the game are incredible, and I think with hardcore, you will see it even more because you have to focus on it a little bit more. And yeah, just enjoy it. Just don't set goals. Have fun with it with every fight that you do. And when you die, well, you can enjoy it again.
Yeah, good stuff. Pav?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say to kind of build off both of that is just don't get attached to your characters, right? Like don't build up a character to be something more than it is. It's just like Major said, it is an experience, way to get more gear. And from that you may want to run the same build or have a new idea. So enjoy that. Again, kind of building off what Machi said. So like find your fun in that. Uh yeah, don't get really too attached to it. I feel like I had something else on the top of my head. Now it's gone. Yeah, just really enjoy each mechanic, enjoy the character grind. Uh, it's a way to slow down yourself and then stop comparing yourself. When you're playing hardcore, don't compare yourself to softcore, right? Because it's just too different. And don't compare yourself to really anybody because hardcore is so time based. So if you're putting in 2 hours a day, don't compare yourself to someone who's putting in 8 to 10 hours, right? Have a realistic sense of what you want, where you're gonna be, and like how you want to have fun in the game. So yeah, I would just say those two things. And play Twister. Play Twister.
Totally fair. Yeah, no, that's great. My One Piece, the One Piece. I found it, boys. Here it is. You ready? It's the friends we made along the way. No, I'm just kidding. But my genuine advice is, especially if you've already played the game before, if you've played softcore and you're just wanting to give hardcore a try, whether that be in Timmy's League or just, you're almost done with everything in the game, but you don't want to stop yet, and so you want to like restart and do hardcore as like a challenge thing. An easy trap to fall into, especially playing a game like PoE, where a lot of people look up build guides and things. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go best hardcore character that doesn't die and stuff like that. And if you have only played a ranger for your entire time playing the game, and then you look online, you're going to see that like Varashta and Lich are the tankiest ones. If you're like, oh, this is an amazing hardcore build, and you're going to go to play for that for the first time, and you're going to get absolutely creamed because you are playing a playstyle that you've never played before, and you're trying to do all this stuff that you don't know well. Play the character and the archetype that you already know well. You already know how to progress it. You already know how to gear it, those types of things, so that you can then put your focus into not dying, focusing on slowing down and those things, because you're not trying to learn a new style of play while also learning how to play without dying at all. And then also, like Major said, like it's a roguelite. Just be ready. Know that you're going to die. I used to celebrate. This is not a joke. I would text my girlfriend and be like, honey, I made it through the entire campaign without dying. Like I got a hardcore character to maps on my first try at league start. And that was something that I was super excited about, because 0.1, I died a shit ton in campaign. 0.2, I would die a couple times before I would finally get a character to maps. And then 0.3, I only played hardcore in 0.3, and I never had a character dying in the campaign in 0.3 at all. And that progression of getting better felt really, really good. And that was the part of the game that I enjoyed the most, because by the time at that point in the game, you got to maps and you're like, oh, fuck if I know. I guess I'm just going to like run stuff. There's not really much to do here. So the journey was the entire game at that point. So that's my take. There you go. Boys.
Yeah, just follow a major guide.
Follow a MajorAimless build guide.
Yeah,
follow the
Machi
Twister
builds.
build.
Machi builds.
Don't play my builds.
Chrono
You're
Wolf.
not gonna.
Chrono Wolf, boys. It's so good. All right. Well, we are going to get ready to wind down and wrap up here. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for having
Media.
this hardcore focused episode. I'm excited to be starting fresh with you guys in Timmy's League here very, very soon. It's going to be fun watching the ladder race and things like that. And we're going to see, I think Machi said he wants to be the martyr of the first Timmy's League. So I think that
I'm wolf racing you guys.
Wolf racing all the way to level 100. I think you got it.
Easy.
Surely. But yeah, that's going to be it for us today. I'm going to give everybody a chance here to kind of plug themselves and tell you where you can find their content. We'll start with Mr. Major here.
Twitch.tv/MajorAimless. Me. Oh yeah, YouTube.
He's live every day.
Every day.
Every day. Know who else is live every day? Almost. MrMatchi. Machi, where do we find you?
True.
Also, this name on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all of it.
MySpace?
Okay, maybe not all.
Oh, well, what are you going to do? Somebody who's not live every day, but also is live at the random hours that you need him. I'm talking like 4 o'clock in the morning. Pav, where can we find you?
Yeah, Lapav_. So on everything, YouTube, Twitch, all that. Yeah, and thanks for having us, Media. This was a ton of fun. So I appreciate you, and thanks for doing this, dude.
Absolutely, guys. And thank you, viewer. I'm breaking the fourth wall here. I'm looking at you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for joining us. We will be back. I will be back next week. We'll be talking with our boy Timmy P, the man himself for the THC League. But for now, the most important thing, and my hardcore friends here can agree with me, don't get hit and you won't die. Otherwise,
Don't get it.
we'll see you on the beach, boys.
Log in.
True.
Log in.
Thanks for hanging, guys. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
the
guys. Have a good one.
Peace.